Hey everybody, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Teri Hunter. I'm an angel therapy practitioner, intuitive astrologer, Reiki master, and empowerment coach. And I'm here focusing today on Scorpio's September monthly horoscope. What I'm going to do is pick a few things that I think are super important that are going to start to tee up in September, and then will start to have influence as we go through the rest of the year and even into early 2023. For the purposes of these videos, I am doing whole sign Western astrology. If you don't know your rising sign, you can find that out. There's tons of free birth calculators. You just need your time and location of birth. If you don't know your exact time of birth, that can change the dynamics of the natal chart. So that's super important. I also, as an intuitive astrologer, believe that the moon is okay, I'm going to say it. I believe the moon is the most important aspect when we are trying to manifest something. We operate as humans on an emotional level, whether we like it or not. And so I would really look at my moon and my rising, and then go to my sun. If you have a stellium, which is 3 or more planets, especially if they're personal planets, in one sign or house, that's going to indicate a very strong influence and intention from your soul for this life path. So I would also check that out. So Scorpio, moon, rising, sun, and stelliums. September starts off with a pretty big bang. We have your ancient ruler Mars in its pre-shadow period in Gemini before it's going to go retrograde at the end of October. Mars is going to be in Gemini for quite a few months. The end of the retrograde starts on October 30th, 2022, and it ends on the 12th of January, 2023. And then we have the post-shadow retrograde period, which will take us into March. So this is going to be happening in your 8th house. Gemini is your 8th house. Gemini rules our everyday activities. It rules our mind, the way we think, the way we absorb material, what we read. It involves our roadways, our escalators, running to the market, everyday errands, activities, going to soccer practice, picking the kids up for school. Gemini specifically, while Mercury rules both Gemini and Virgo. In the Gemini energy, it's really much more curious, and it's a very persuasive speaker. There's a very youthful energy, very quick energy attached to the Mars energy, and the Gemini energy, and a very social dynamic to the Gemini energy. We have Mars in this sign. Mars naturally moves quickly. Mars in its most challenging dynamic can be blunt, can be a warrior energy, very aggressive. But for the purposes of this video and how I have perceived it intuitively, this is an opportunity to transform the energy of Mars from the warrior, from sort of this blunt, rude character that's just plowing through the situation, to somebody who is more aware of their behavior so they understand the ebb and the flow of energy. So this to me is an opportunity for Scorpio to have Gemini in your 8th house, which is naturally ruled by Scorpio. So it's a very transformational house to begin with. It's where the soul first encounters the death experience, both physically and within the belief system, within the emotional body. And then it goes back in and it rewrites itself. That's why it's the birth and rebirth sign. It also, the sign of Scorpio in the 8th house rules a commingling of finances and money. So we may see here with Mars in your 8th house, a transformation in how you are viewing money and how you are asserting yourself in making money. I also think that this is an opportunity for Scorpio to start to implement the ideas of attracting what you want into your life experience versus asserting yourself into that situation. Scorpio by nature is a very deep, savory, intuitive sign. It rules billionaires. It also governs control and power. It governs the occult. It governs sex and the intimacy and the vulnerability that is attached to sexual interactions. So you could see the potentials of arguments, of a bit of scuttlebutt going on for the next few months. But I also think this is an opportunity to have an awareness about other people and then choose how you want to show up in the situation. Because I think that rather than taking sort of a knee-jerk reaction to things, that you may be better served by kind of slowing yourself down a little bit and taking intentional action, really digging deep into your motivations. On the 5th of September, we will have Venus moving into Virgo, and this is going to be your 11th house. So I think this is really powerful for Scorpio, because the 11th house rules your networks. It rules large groups of friends. It rules your hopes and your dreams. This is the sign of Virgo now. So we're going to see, again, we've got Mars in Gemini. We've got a mercurial dynamic going on, examining how I take my action. Now we have Venus in Virgo in the 11th house for you, Scorpio, offering a practicality to how you operate within your networks. And also, I want to say this, I think this is an opportunity for you to really see how you're taking care of yourself in the way of your obligations to your network and your friends. Virgo rules self-care, healthcare. It rules, being physically, mentally, and emotionally feeling healthy. So I think it's going to be important to see how you can implement Venusian things to purport a sense of balance within your networks. So you may want to, enjoy good music. You may want to spend time with friends or with, let's say, internet groups of people that have like-minded thoughts and beliefs. That's what I want to say. I also think that it's important for Scorpio to look a little deeper into your hopes and dreams and what you want as far as personally. The 11th house by nature is what they call an upachaya house, and it rewards over time. It's a house that requires effort and endurance in order to see its manifestation. So I think this is an opportunity to see what you really want in your love life or in how you are making your money. Venus rules both of those things, money and love. She also rules our self-worth. So you may find yourself reassessing how you feel valuable within your networks. Overall, Venus in Virgo is more of a practical energy. She's going to be someone who's of service. She's not particularly glamorous in Virgo, but she is devoted. So I think that that's super important for Scorpio to assess and evaluate moving forward. I also think you could see some expansion within your networks and see some expansion as you line up with your hopes and your dreams and evidence that those things are coming to fruition. On the 9th of September, we have the Mercury retrograde starting in Libra, which is your 12th house, and then reverting back into Virgo, your 11th house. Mercury rules our communications. It rules our everyday activities. Mercury is one of the planets. Mercury and Venus both don't have their own moons, which I thought was interesting because I always think of the moon as representing an emotional, nurturing, protective energy. So here we can see Mercury coming from a very logical place, in some respects, in looking for balance, looking for harmony, looking to purport more equality in relationships, both professionally and personally. With Libra being your 12th house, there's a tendency for there to be a feeling of not being seen in relationship. And the 12th house is the house of self-undoing. And so I think this is important for Scorpio when you're examining how Mars's retrograde is starting to tee up for you and how you're interacting through your ancient ruler Mars within your social circles, because the Libra is another social sign. Because when Mercury moves into Virgo at, I believe it's the 29th. Yes, the 29th of Well, it will be at 24 degrees. It will be at its very furthest point before it's going to go direct again. And Mercury is going to make a opposition to Neptune in Pisces, and it's going to make a trine to Pluto. So there's going to be an opportunity for Scorpio to see where they have been potentially holding on to a hope or a desire that it feels like it's dwindling, as if there hasn't been any evidence. And it may be an opportunity to take off some rose-colored glasses. For instance, if you've been hoping a partnership would move forward and it hasn't moved forward up until now, this might be a time when you start to purport practicality and allow yourself to transform and put yourself as the first priority within any of your partnerships, whether they be professional or personal. We also have on the 9th of September, I'm kind of backing up a little bit, we have a full moon in Pisces. I'll be doing a separate video for that. On the 22nd, the sun will move into Libra. And on the 23rd is when Mercury will actually move back into Virgo. So we'll feel a real change in Mercury's energy there. We'll feel like whatever we have assessed and reviewed and reevaluated in the way of our relationships being harmonious and peaceful and fostering the best of ourselves, I believe that's when it goes back into Virgo. We're going to start to want to put that into practical application. And then we have the new moon in Libra on the 25th, when I will be doing a separate video. So the whole month of September, we're pretty much seeing Mercury having a very strong influence on how we think. I think this is really more about self-talk at this point, about what are our beliefs, what are our dynamics in the respect are we basing our today and tomorrow on a chapter that was decades ago? Or have you given yourself an opportunity to see yourself as the phoenix rising through the ashes? This is a really powerful energy. I think Scorpio, people who have a strong Scorpio energy are here to anchor in and transform in a way that becomes solid and becomes inspirational to others. So that's it for September. I hope you'll be able to join me on Sunday mornings for the weekly Traversing the Transits. We'll look at things more specifically there, and we do angel readings for you on Sunday mornings. So thank you, Scorpio. I hope you'll come back for the October monthly, and please please subscribe, please share. And if you'd like to book a personal reading with me, I am available. My information is below in the description. All right, Scorpio, have a great month.